And that's a kind of diversity that you could really benefit from. And he said, "Oh, I never really thought of it that way." So there's all different kinds of diversities. Some of them are more germane than others, because you could have, a millionaire businessman who's, Hispanic or black, but that's not necessarily going to get you the kind of diversity that you need to really do good oversight when it comes to ADA compliance and the needs of people in the community. The people in the outlining areas, and I'm more familiar with Normal, so I apologize for that, but that are living on the north end of Normal in that high density housing, they are going to be the ones who most likely are going to need the bus. So they're going to be very attracted to the bus. And Mike was saying, okay, we want to attract riders who are riders of necessity, but we also want to attract riders of choice. So we want to sweeten it by building these nice bus stops that are attractive for the riders of choice. And I told him, you really, maybe you're saying these are equal riders, because the body count may be the same. But what you really should be looking at is the riders of necessity, of need, their opinions maybe should count more, because they're going to be the ones who hop on it first. They're not making a choice between, their snazzy little car and their bike and all these other things. They're actually going to be more likely to use it. So those are the people who, live in this high density housing that may have the beater cars. Those are the people that I really feel like they should listen to. So a lot of them are on SSI, disability, veterans, elderly, that kind of thing. So that's it. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Actually, you're. No, hold on. I've got actually. Jen took a list of who was next. Actually, one of those is Scott Steinley here. But if I go back, I just want to say everything that you said is I think very good. You're an incredibly articulate spokesperson for your cause and this cause, and I think that the points that you make are all extremely valid. And I think that you should be proud of what you just said. Maybe Angela will give you a copy of the fact that she taped us. But anyway, no, I'm serious. That is, I think you did a great job, and I appreciate that. And the way that you're talking about diversity is the way that we all try to talk about diversity. Not just in a university environment, but in other environments. There are many different types of diversity that you can have. And just because you have someone who checks the box doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be diverse. My personal favorite, that might not be Angela's personal favorite, but would be Clarence Thomas. He sure does not behave like someone who's African American from my perspective.
How is someone of African American supposed to act?
Oh my God!
How is someone supposed to act?
You have to agree with him. Joined at the hearts, as you say, conjoined like that.
As somebody who was on and off welfare from the time I was 8 to the time I was 15, I would be remiss if I didn't look at the world from the bottom up. So we could go on. I'm happy to talk to you about more of the details of that, about Clarence Thomas at any time.
In how
Just don't even. He's gonna lie. His mouth is moving.
But we can talk. Let's see. Actually, I had Scott Steinley next, and then I guess Nancy, Lewis, Bruce, and then we've got some others. So Scott.
Terry, the thing that really concerns me is, number one, these bus stops, they are way too far apart. Let's let everybody on the council, and that includes you and the city manager and the city attorney and everybody that's up there, including the city clerk, let's see everybody ride the bus for a month and see how you like it.
With a wheelchair or walker.
That's right.
Yeah.
And with all these sidewalks in this town, they're up and down and up and down and up and down. I saw somebody go past my house